Hello, my name is Jason Love. I'm the Associate Director for the Hollings Biological Station. So a couple of weeks ago, we had some Christmas trees donated. So it's the time of year, the holidays are over, and everyone wondering what to do with their Christmas trees. One way you can reuse your Christmas tree is to create fish habitat. So we're standing in front of Lindenwood Lake. We have largemouth bass, we have bluegill in the lake, and one way to increase the productivity of those fish is to use the Christmas trees and sink them in the lake. And so we used our boats to take the trees out. We trimmed some of the branches from around the tree to allow space for larger fish to enter. And then we drilled a hole in the base, tied wire through that hole to two cinder blocks. And those cinder blocks helped weigh down the trees, otherwise the trees would just float. When you place the trees, you want them to stand upright. So the cinder blocks are at the bottom of the tree. So again, we paddled out, found the deeper part of the lake, and this lake, we found it is not terribly deep. So we sunk them as deep as we could, we had to go back and trim the tops off, because not only did we create fish habitat, we also created bird habitat, and it looked just kind of strange. So we went back and lopped those tops off the trees. So now that they're sunk, what will happen is that algae and other microorganisms will start growing on those branches and those leaves, the needles of the tree, providing food for younger fish to feed upon, and also hiding places. So if you look out here, there's not a lot of fallen trees in the water, which serve as great habitat. So these sunk trees, they're out of sight, so they don't distract the viewer from the scenery, but they provide great fish habitat. So we sunk about 4 trees in the lake. The North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission also does the same type of activity for the lakes that they manage to provide fish habitat. So it's just a good way to reuse trees instead of burning them or taking them to the dump. You can use them for fish habitat, which is what we did here at Lindenwood Lake.